Oscar goes to. And the Oscar goes to.
The Oscar goes to.
And the Oscar goes to. And the Oscar goes to.
Hello and welcome to the channel. Today we are doing an October recap, looking at some of the best, the worst, the most underwhelming hidden gems, the box office, everything to do with October's cinema releases. And of course we're going to chat a little bit about streaming, but let's jump straight into things with this month's favourite movie of the month. Now I'm only going to include films that have had a wide release here. Look, unfortunately this film hasn't picked up the money in the box office, and we'll discuss that in depth in a moment, but Roofman is something to behold. It's based on a real story. A charismatic criminal, while on the run from the police, hides in a hidden space of a toy store. So he used to rob McDonald's, now he's hiding in Toys R Us. It's Channing Tatum at his charismatic finest. Regretting You, the on-screen chemistry between Dave Franco and Alison Williams is wooden. It's really bizarre. But Derek Cianfrance decided to keep Channing Tatum and Kirsten Dunst separated from majority of the early production, so that when they meet for the first time on screen, that chemistry is something that we all get to experience as a whole. Sadly, it's already coming to the end of its theatrical run, but if you have the opportunity to go see Roofman, it is a very warming, funny, and action-packed time. Let's talk about October's most disappointing release. Unfortunately, this time round, there was quite a lot to choose from. Of course, Him certainly has to be the biggest letdown of Jordan Peele's career. But for me, the most disappointing was Ballad of a Small Player. Edward Berger, who is one of my favourite working directors right now, he did Conclave and All Quiet on the Western Front, basically coming off to back-to-back bangers. He then comes out with Ballad of a Small Player on Netflix, starring Colin Farrell, and I saw it at London Film Festival. I have to say, it was bizarre. Every time it gets the chance to really focus in on the mental health impact that gambling has, it sort of just goes, oh, well, you know, maybe let's just talk about ghosts instead. It seems like it couldn't quite figure itself out. It's beautiful. The cinematographer is fantastic. But if you're only there to look at the film rather than take in what the story is about, you might enjoy it. Unfortunately for the rest of us, it was difficult to sit through. This month's surprise actually was in the form of Black Phone 2. There's a couple of things I want to discuss about this. We never ever get sequels that are better than its original. Very rarely in that case. But specifically when it comes to horror, we have Five Nights at Freddy 2 coming out in a few weeks' time, and I'm concerned on whether they're actually able to up the ante, increase those jump scares. But with Black Phone 2, they changed the focal character. It's no longer Mason Thames at the centre, it's his sister. And the setting change was beautiful. We've already done the local neighbourhood, that urban setting. We're now in a desolate, frozen over, snowy cabin resort that is eerie. I mean, in its natural environment, that on its own is quite creepy to a lot of us. Ethan Hawke continues to put in a very animated, fantastic performance in the need that he doesn't need to take his mask off for us to be able to appreciate what's going on underneath. It's all in the eyes and it's incredibly haunting. But Mason Thames puts in two pretty strong performances in the space of a week with Regretting You and Black Phone 2. But Black Phone 2 is by far the standout and best surprise I've had for a long time. I watched quite a lot in October, over 30 films, but 16 of those were at London Film Festival. So my chance to catch up on some of my old watch list was close to zero. But I did get round to finally watching Disturbia last night for Halloween. This is a 2007 movie starring Shia LaBeouf, where he proves that being a creep sometimes does get you the girl.
What did he say?
I watched about 4 films that weren't from 2025, and considering Intergalactic and No Country for Old Men were films I'd seen plenty times before, Disturbia wins the award for my favourite non-2025 release. There's a very special little gem coming your way in the start of November. I managed to catch it at London Film Festival, and Little Amelie is my recommendation for a film that everybody should keep their eye out for. Don't be put off by the fact it's in French, don't be put off by the fact that it's a PG animated kids film. This is a film that will tug at your heartstrings. It's an emotional roller coaster. This story follows a little girl, Amelie, from the age of 0 to 3, and how she deals with experiencing the world for the very first time. Friendship, love, heartbreak, everything that you feel as an emotional 0 to 3-year-old, but maybe don't know quite how to comprehend it yet. And it's incredible. One of the other reasons that it's so important to go watch this is to support the creators. 12 frames per second, 77 minutes of beautiful cinema. I mean, you do the maths on how long that took them to draw. It is all hand-drawn. None of this generative AI bullshit. This is pure art. Let's talk about the box office. There were plenty of losers in the month of October, and some that sort of hurt me a bit more than others. Let's kickstart off with One Battle After Another, a film that did release in September, but majority of its run was through October. It had a production budget of about $150 million. The golden rule in the industry is that if you make 2.5 times your production budget, you will then start to see profit. Unfortunately, worldwide, it's only brought in $185 million. It is considered a flop in the industry, but this film will go on to win multiple Oscars, BAFTAs, you name it, it is sensational. Whilst that was a poor result for Warner Brothers, poor result for Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, his lowest in his entire career is The Smashing Machine. It brought in $19 million worldwide on a production budget of $50 million. Now, there is a battle of the Safdie brothers going on at the moment, with the other Safdie brother having Marty Supreme coming out in a few weeks' time, of course, with the legendary Timothée Chalamet. I think that will do numbers and will probably earn him a nomination for the Best Actor. Whether he'll win it or not, that's something we'll discuss. But in terms of The Rock's performance, I thought very, very strong. Captivating. Emily Blunt plays Dawn Staples, who is the wife of Mark Kerr in the movie and, of course, real life. I thought her performance was a little bit wooden. I couldn't quite understand it. It felt very monotone. But Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is an emotional wreck. It brought me to tears, and I thought his performance is definitely the strongest in his career. Tron is a funny one because whilst this film has made a mega loss, $125 million worldwide, its predecessor, Tron Legacy, one of my favourite sci-fi movies of the 2010s, brought in $400 million. And the original is considered a cult classic. Was a 15-year wait between Legacy and Ares, is that to blame? Is the Jared Leto effect to blame? It's something that seriously needs to be studied. I've already talked about Roofman being one of my favourite films from October and something that I think you should seek out. It only brought in $25 million worldwide, and sadly had a production budget of $19 million, which means no profit for you, Channing Tatum. I can't believe it, but our first film to break even is him, $27.5 million worldwide from a $27 million production budget. It's surprising, but I guess that Jordan Peele attachment certainly helped in its theatrical run. Unfortunately, the film is dreadful. Black Phone 2 is our first profit maker of the month. It brought in $86 million worldwide from a $30 million budget, but not as much as The Black Phone, which brought in $161 million. It's interesting considering the film is so much stronger than its predecessor, but what I don't understand is maybe it wasn't marketed well enough. I thought Ethan Hawke was a draw. And clearly, so is Mason Thames. He's in like 3 or 4 films this year. So in October, I watched 27 feature-length films, 7 short films, and from that, I can tell you to look out for in November being a multitude of answers. We have Little Amelie, of course, but I think Frankenstein is one of the most beautiful pieces of work we've had this year. It's Guillermo del Toro at his very best. I just hope that even on Netflix, it looks as good as it did on the big screen. Another bold prediction I'm making is that Now You See Me, Now You Don't, being Now You See Me 3, will outperform The Running Man. Whilst The Running Man's had some of the best marketing ever, I mean, that trailer is genuinely very enjoyable. I think the box office results of the Now You See Me series will probably prove that it's going to outperform The Running Man. The first one made $350 million worldwide, the second one made $334 million worldwide, and it has the 12A PG-13 rating against it, whereas The Running Man is rated R or 15 here in the UK. If you want to stay up to date with all my immediate reactions to brand new releases, then make sure you follow my TikTok, because I'll be dropping reviews on both The Running Man and Now You See Me, Now You Don't on there. Wicked for Good and Zootopia 2 will be going head to head in which sequel can make the most money. One of them will get $1 billion, and I'm going to say that it is Zootopia 2. I think it will make like $1.2, $1.3 billion, whereas Wicked for Good will still fall short just like its predecessor. Later this week, I'm dropping a video on TikTok called $1 Billion Bangers for 2025. All of the movies that could make that much money are coming out in November and December. So make sure you follow me there, subscribe here, drop your comments down below, and I'll see you soon.